What's going on, everybody? My name is Hydros and welcome back to some more My Hero Ultra Impact, and today we're going to be discussing the 1-year anniversary, what units we could possibly be seeing, and also will Global and JP remain synced for this celebration. But before we go and get started, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button if you haven't already, click that bell, turn on all notifications on any future videos, as well as drop a like down below on today's video if you guys do enjoy. Now, the 1-year celebration on JP and Global. That is a question that remains to be said if these versions are going to be in sync for that or not. But what units could we possibly see for the celebration? Now, we already have a lot of Deku and a lot of Bakugo, right? We have a lot of UR Dekus, we have a lot of UR Bakugos. We just got an Ezreal, release and stuff like that. We got a Mirio. We got an overhaul. We got a couple Shigarakis, a Shinzo, some couple Togas, a Tokoyami. Again, one Momo, one Ochako UR. We got a few Todoroki URs actually, so that's right there for that. But again, what could we possibly see? And I mean, this is the time for, really, hype stuff really to come out. And this is where, the main money makers are going to be the anniversaries and celebrations and whatnot. So again, they're probably going to go kind of full out for probably a 1-year anniversary because this is a big deal for the game and stuff like that. So again, who really knows what they could really do based on the current path that we've been taking? The most recent stuff that we've had added to the game are mostly season 5 stuff, and that is kind of shown by the half anniversary, which the half anniversary gave us this season 5 Bakugo, who is pretty decent. He's a pretty good unit, but again, we got a Bakugo. And then also for Ichiban Kuji, we did get a collaboration with that, and we got this Deku right here as well, which I do believe this Deku is from the license arc, like when they went to get their licensing exam and stuff like that. I do believe that's what that's from, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it does seem like hopefully we don't get another Bakugo and Deku, because again, we have plenty of those. We have plenty of units that could get more love during an anniversary than Deku and Bakugo. But at the same time, remember, they're gonna put out the units that are gonna make them the money, right? Because obviously they're gonna sell units that sell well. And again, let's take a look at something like Dokkan Battle, right? Dokkan Battle, 7th year anniversary is currently going on in JP. Obviously, Gogeta, Fusions, SS4s, those are all the hype money makers, and that is what they always usually release for anniversaries, right? The past few anniversaries have been Fusions, SS4s, Fusions, stuff like that, right? Gogeta, Vegito, and stuff like that. So again, they're gonna put on My Hero Ultra Impact the units that are gonna sell well. I don't necessarily think that Deku and Bakugo are always going to sell 100% well unless they're 100% broken. They are probably some, fan favorites. Obviously, Deku is, the Stan right there. He's the main character, right, and all that kind of stuff, right? So he's an obvious pick if they want to go that route for that. Bakugo as well, because those two fated rivals, they could do that sort of thing. But also, I do feel like they could do All Might and All for One, because this anniversary would be a great chance to now introduce a lot more villains to the game, because definitely we need a few more UR villains. We have Overhaul, we have the Day 1 All for One, we have a couple Shigarakis, we have a few SRs as well, but we need a lot. I think we need a little bit more UR villains, right? So All for One, we have one All for One. He's purple. I would love to see another All for One in the game, right? That would be perfect. I think we need another All for One. They could do either All for One. I mean, there's not really much of All for One to go off of. Now, hear me out. This would be crazy because they are doing a lot of season 5 stuff. They could release young All for One. My original thought was they could release All for One with the first user of All for One, or One for All, but that wouldn't really make sense. We never seen him fight, right? So that wouldn't really make sense. That'd be a cool memory. That would be an absolute cool memory to see. A memory based on All for One and his younger brother in that little, flashback scene when Deku's in the memories of One for All, right? And stuff like that, being shown the past and whatnot. That would be an absolutely cool memory to see. Now, speaking of that, because season 5 introduced us to Black Whip, that is going to be an interesting one, because that could be definitely a very hype celebration unit for an anniversary. Black Whip Deku. Black Whip Deku could be really cool. I actually would love to see Black Whip Deku, but who would they put as like the secondary unit. I feel like for anniversary, this is a dual UR celebration, right? That it makes most sense to do a dual UR. Heck, they could do triple UR for all I care. Obviously that wouldn't be probably preferred for a lot of people, but again, they could do triple UR. The only triple UR release that we really have that are, you know, most recent are the World Heroes mission units. They've released 3 URs onto one banner. Now that could just be because that was a movie celebration and they may not do that again, right? They may not do 3 URs on a single banner again, but they definitely could. But again, Black Whip Deku, very strong possibility again with all the season 5 stuff releasing strong. I mean, Black Whip Deku definitely could be a strong contender for one of the units for the anniversary, right? Now, let's just take a look at Smash Tap because I have some Smash Tap art here. And just saying, this All Might in particular, this United States of Smash All Might would be amazing to see in the game. I think this would be a really cool anniversary unit to release with Black Whip Deku or just in general whatsoever. This All Might, I would say he's probably gonna like severely either damage himself or be very fragile, or he's gonna lose a lot of power after like a few turns, right? That's what I see for this unit specifically. But like turn 1, I feel like this All Might, I feel like he could be beautifully amazing turn 1, right? But again, over time, he would probably like decrease his power, decrease his speed, because it is like fragile bone man All Might, right? So you definitely could see something like that. But again, that would be a really cool one. Again, looking through the Smash Tap arts, I mean, we have all of this stuff, right? We have, let's see, let's go down to All For One, right? We have some All For Ones down here. Yeah, so, I mean, again, the one we have in the game, this All For One right here, this one is still kind of like that. I mean, this would be a very cool memory art right here, this All For One art. Please do a memory of that. But yeah, I mean, the Smash Tap never had many All For Ones, as far as I remember. But again, this is basically this one. So again, I don't know how much they would do another All For One yet again. It would make sense to have Deku and All Might together because they are, you know, the two one for all users. They are like the kind of the quote unquote main characters. Deku definitely being the main character, All Might kind of being that side main character with him because he is the other user of one for all, teaching Deku his mentor and stuff like that. So All Might, I would love to see that version of All Might, the little damaged bone version All Might, right? So if we can find it here, I don't know where it went. Okay, there we go. It was right up here. Yeah, this one right here, this All Might specifically, I would love to see this one come up in anniversary. That would be a very, very cool one. Again, he would be very powerful probably starting out, but very weak after a few turns, right? So that would probably be the downside of his unit. Plus, we don't have that many UR All Mights, and we've only focused on, you know, these All Mights here. But again, this specific part of the anime was super hype, super awesome, and whatnot like that. So I do believe that is anniversary worthy. If not, at least the memory of this would actually be cool to see also. Maybe this would be a memory for the Black Whip Deku, just because, you know, maybe it could boost Deku or something like that. Who knows? But again, Black Whip Deku, that specific All Might would be cool to see. If they have to do a Midoriya, again, Black Whip again would be the one that they should do, that they could be holding out for. Because when they were doing season 5, they skipped Black Whip. Like, they didn't do anything with Black Whip. They were doing a lot of the season 5 Bakugo. They released a lot of the other season 5 stuff. So, you know, skipping Black Whip was really interesting. So again, that could be definitely a situation where we see Black Whip Deku. We could see more, I don't want to say we need more Todorokis. I would love to see maybe, I don't think another Shigaraki will come because we got season 5 Shigaraki already. I don't think they're going to do another Shigaraki. They could definitely, but I don't think they will. For the anniversary as well, for SR unit wise, I mean, we have Endeavors, we have Hawks, we have Fat Gum. I would love to start seeing Mount Lady. I would love to start seeing Midnight. I would love to start seeing Cementos. All of the other pro heroes that are kind of main staples within the anime, a few here and there. Maybe the Principal would be pretty cool to be seeing as an SR unit, who knows? But a lot more pro hero SRs I think would be very useful, especially different characters they could probably utilize for the anniversary as well. Now, in terms of, again, if we want to go back to this All Might art here, they could definitely base the anniversary around this fight specifically. So they could do that. But again, with the most recent season 5 stuff, I could see Black Whip Deku kind of being the mainstay staple unit, right? So that's that. We don't really have a set path other than that on what we could see for the anniversary. The anniversary is still a few months away. But when we're talking about the anniversary, JP released on May 18th, roughly last year. That is only a few months away. Global just released. But the big question that I want to ask is, will Global and JP remain synced? Because again, Global's not been out for a year. JP has. Are they just going to say, screw it, we're going to keep the game synced and just say, hey, boom, here you go, Global. Now, if they keep the game synced, that means they are not celebrating one specific version. They are celebrating the game as a whole being out everywhere. So whether it be JP first or Global first, whatever, they are going to be celebrating the game overall being out for a year. That is what I think they will do specifically. That is my thought. I do not think they will desync the versions. They could have done that from the start. They could have just done that right off the bat. They didn't have to sync them up right at the beginning of Global's launch. They could have said, screw it, Global, you start at the very beginning just like JP did. They could have 100% done that, but they did not. They decided, hey, we're going to release the game synced up with JP version. Everything that JP has, boom, right in the game right away. If they didn't want to keep the game synced, I would imagine they would not have done that in the first place. But again, who really knows? There is the very slight possibility, the ever so slight possibility, they release JP's anniversary, but Global does not get it. There is that possibility, but I do not think that is the likely possibility. The most likely situation in my thought and in my head and what I think will happen is that JP and Global will get the banners and the anniversary together in sync, no desync whatsoever. There's that possibility. They could do something like what Dokkan and Global and JP does. They could do something to where Global gets something and then JP gets something. They could kind of swap, right? So Global could get a different banner, a different situation, maybe a mini celebration, while JP gets the big bad anniversary stuff, right? And then when Global's anniversary stuff happens, they swap. So then JP gets that banner on whenever Global gets the anniversary, and then Global gets the anniversary banner. That's another situation that I could see happening. I really hope that's not the case. That would really kind of suck. I know a lot of people would not be too thrilled about it, but that is a possibility to look at. So again, just to reiterate, they could do it to where JP gets the anniversary, Global gets a different like banner celebration, whatever you want to call it. Global could get different units. And then when Global's anniversary comes around, they get the anniversary stuff that JP got, and then JP gets that other banner that Global got during JP's anniversary, right? They could do that. That is kind of the mid-range like expectation for me. I believe that would be in the middle of what could happen, of what definitely probably could happen, or the most likely scenario. The games remain synced. They just release it on both versions no matter what. The least likely, they keep the games desynced, or they desync the games, JP gets the anniversary, and then Global does not, and then the games start to desync entirely. But again, when them releasing synced up like that with Global, I do not think a desync will happen. It is a slight desync if they do release the anniversary on JP and Global gets that other banner, and then they swap it for Global's anniversary. They could do that. That is a slight desync, but it wouldn't desync the game entirely. So they could do something like that again. But I think the most likely scenario is that they're gonna just celebrate the overall 1-year anniversary of My Hero Ultra Impact, the game itself, on both versions, not necessarily releasing the anniversary because JP's only been out for a year, right? I think that the celebration is gonna be the game, our game, My Hero Ultra Impact, has been around for a year. Doesn't matter what version it is, boom, here's the anniversary. So, you know, what are your thoughts and opinions on that? I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think is the most likely scenario on what could happen with Global and JP? Do you think that they'll release the banner, the anniversary, simultaneously on both versions? Do you think that is the most likely scenario? Do you think that the most likely scenario is going to be JP gets the anniversary, Global gets a different banner, and then they swap it whenever Global has their anniversary? Or do you think that they're just going to desync entirely and JP gets the anniversary, Global gets nothing? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think. Also, let me know down in the comments what you think the anniversary units could be. because again, we could get a new All Might, we could get a new Deku. Deku most likely probably could be Black Whip. That is a hype character. I think Black Whip Deku could be the hype character that could be waiting for Anniversary. They could get an all for one, because we do definitely need some more all for ones in the game. We need a lot more villains as well, so we could get another all for one. We could get another Shigaraki. Really, I mean, we already have season 5 Shigaraki, so I don't know what other Shigaraki we could get. We could get post season 5 Shigaraki if we want to go that route. We could get another Aizawa. We could get let's see, what other villain is not villain, but actually, yeah, villain. We could get oh, hold up. They could release 100% infinite 100% Deku with Eri on his back. Eri not really doing anything, but that would be a cool Anniversary unit too. I was thinking, because again, we've been seeing a lot of season 5 stuff. We could probably still remain on that path, but they could still kind of deviate from that, and we could get 100 infinite 100% Deku. We could get that. That would be the best thing. I would love that. Since we already have Overhaul, infinite 100% Deku, please give us that. That would be please, yes. That would be cool. We could get another Bakugo. We could see more other characters. We could see stuff like a Momo. We could see stuff like an Ochako coming around, because we don't have other URs of those yet. So again, there's a lot of characters that could most likely get characters that more other units in the game that don't already have multiple in the game. So again, it's all up in the air. There's not really a set path. I don't really see a path that they could really take for units other than the season 5 stuff. That's the only kind of thing that they've been doing lately. So again, they could do that. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments down below. I'm kind of rambling on, don't want to ramble too much longer, but again, let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of that stuff in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.